About 5 years ago, my son was in that part of the class that makes the top half of the class possible. In fact, he was the person I know. He was worse than that. He was right at the bottom of the class. And you know, like they say, the tailor's always the worst dressed in town. Well, I do this stuff for a living, okay? And I had a child in my own home who was really struggling. And once a year, Jen and I go away and we go through our goals and we see where we're going. We spend a weekend doing all this stuff. And of course, with Clyde battling, it was May. Clyde was battling at school. We had no idea how to fix this. So that was on the forefront, and we were talking the whole time. And eventually, after a day and a half, I mean, we're not slow, okay? After a day and a half, we realized, Jenny actually said to me, she said, what about you? And I went, oh, that could work. Anyway, we put a program together. Now, bear in mind, this is May. Final exams October. So we didn't have a chance to completely reboot his life. We couldn't say, you know what, Clyde, buddy, if I were you, I'd stick my head between my legs and you know, kiss whatever I need to do. But we only had time to make some small, tiny shifts. So that's what we did. We changed his attitude. We changed the way he looked at himself and believed in himself. Because if you go back to 1956, Roger Bannister, the scientists said it was physically impossible for human beings to run faster than 4 minutes for a mile. We didn't have the lung capacity. Our bones would actually break. It was just impossible. Roger Bannister did it, and amazingly, within 6 weeks, 22 other people had changed their whole genetic makeup, and they managed to do the same thing. Really? What changed? What about that granny that stands and her child's under the wheel, and she lifts 2.4 tons off her child? The woman's deadlift record, 540 pounds, but a granny of 65 can deadlift 2.4 tons? So where does your potential reside? What are you capable of achieving? There was an Olympic athlete. The world record for the, what do you call this thing above your head, was 500, the deadlift, that thing, okay? The jerk, okay? He wasn't a jerk though, but the jerk. The world record was held by this guy, and it was 599 pounds. And again, the scientists went and they did calculations and they worked out it was not physically possible for human beings to lift more than that above their heads because his shoulder joint would dislocate and it was impossible to do. So his coach put 601 pounds on the bar and he lifted it above his head and the coach said, "You've lifted 601 pounds," and he dropped it. Do you know what the record currently is? 720 pounds. What are you capable of achieving? What are the limits of what you can do? That's what you think you can do, remember, that comfort zone? That's the limits of what you can actually do. So I want you to start changing this. Stretch this. How do you stretch this? You stretch this by your belief. You believe more, you become more. Because how do you attract success? You attract success by the person you become. If you want to attract more, if you want to have more, you have to become more. How do you become more? You become more by learning, by putting that CD into your car and listening to it in the morning instead of listening to the radio. You don't push that snooze button in the morning and go back to sleep. You wake up, you read for 15 minutes. Anyway, Clyde went on. He got the Most Improved Student of the Year award. He went from bumming around Europe for a year, I'm going to be a plumber, an electrician, to being the first person in South Africa to get a student loan to become a pilot. So what about you? Are you prepared to make those shifts? Are you prepared to take these few ideas and concepts that I'm going to bring into your life and to apply them and to start to use them? Because when you are, and if you are able to change that belief, you too can be that granny that lifts 2.4 tons. Why can't you become, have, do, and be anything? Why not you? Have we ever seen, does anybody know what these are? This is the farming community. We don't have too many farmers here, I guess. That's one of those good old-fashioned hand pumps. Alright? Now how they work is you prime the pump, you pump away, and the water comes out. Really? The water's 25 feet below the ground normally. And so you have to do a whole lot of pumping before you even see the first bit of water come out of that pump. That's how lives are. We set New Year's resolutions, don't we? Hey? Love them to bits. I am going to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be the next Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? And so January arrives and I have a dream. And so what do? I go to gym 3 times in January, twice in February. Okay, March is always full of public holidays. Okay, so no gym in March. April twice. Okay, I get to December and I look at this and I go, you know what, Andrew, goal setting does not work. Really? Goal setting only works if you bring the facets, all of the elements in, measure it, have time to do it, and do the things that you need to do. So if you start pumping and your water starts coming up from the ground, like we did, and we're just about to get it to the top. Remember, we went to gym 3 times in January, so the water hasn't quite started flowing yet, but we let the lever go and off there. So we pump and we pump and we pump and nothing happens. This morning, for example, thank you very, very much. I go to gym every morning, but because I had to make such an early start, I didn't make gym. So what did I do? I got down and I did 3 sets of press-ups and I did 3 sets of sit-ups. Is that going to change my life? Am I going to turn into Arnold Schwarzenegger because of that? No. But what did it do? It put a few pumps on the lever. So that's what I'm saying. You need to commit every day to be taking those small, almost insignificant actions and to keep taking them, to keep pumping, because once the water starts flowing, how easy is it to keep it flowing? Well, 3 sets of press-ups and 3 sets of push-ups later, that's all it took. Has it changed my life? But no, it's pumped the lever, and when I go back to gym, it's going to be easy. So what about you? Keep consistently, persistently taking those actions every single day, because that is going to change your life. This is the area where we start to get into the meat of what I'm wanting to say here. One of the things that we all complain about is we say we don't have enough time. Now I'm saying to you, you need to make time. The way to do that is, every Sunday evening, you sit down and you make a commitment to meet your future every single day. You set aside a time slot in your day that is unmovable, unchangeable. It is cast in stone. It is like as though it is a meeting with your most important client. Pen it in through the week. You now have the time. What happens if your most important client changes? If your building burns down, do you cancel it or do you reschedule it? The same with meetings with your future. You have time available. You fit it in no matter what. Excuse about time is now gone. It's you make the meeting with your most important client, so why can't you make the meeting with your future? Because this is what's going to change your future. This is what's going to make your life better, different, improved. Fit it in. And then my code of personal achievement. What is that? My code of personal achievement is 5 activities that you take that are aligned with the outcome that you want to achieve. So if you are wanting to lose weight, you make 5 codes. 5 things that you're going to do on a daily basis that are going to move you closer and closer to that goal. If your goal is to create financial independence, if your goal is to develop better relationships, if your goal is to improve your career, if your goal is ... you choose 5 activities that are aligned with making that happen. Those are what I call your code, your commitment, your I will do it every day, because who's that commitment with? It's with me. What happens? Back in middle 1950s, they were going to send astronauts out into space, and they weren't sure how they were going to respond to weightlessness. So what they did was they put convex lenses on these astronauts. And these convex lenses inverted their world. An amazing thing happened. After 26 days, the first astronaut's world turned the right way up. His brain completely rewired itself. After 42 days, the entire group of 60 astronauts' world had turned the right way up. that taught us something we didn't know. We thought by the age of 25 our brains were done, we'd done learning, that was it. They realized that we now have something called neuroplasticity in our brains. Take a step back to our code of personal achievement. We have 5 commitments that we're taking every single day, 5 things that we're doing every single day. After 26 days, if you're lucky, it's a habit. But let's say worst case scenario, after 42 days, it's now an entrenched habit. So what do I do after those 42 days? I introduce another 5. When I get to the end of the year, I now have a new success habit set of things that I do every single day without even thinking about it. How often do we get in our car and we start driving down the road? We get to work and we go, how did I get here? What route did I take? What did that? It's our subconscious brain. It's our unconscious side. I'm saying to you, my code of personal development is teaching you 5 commitments, 5 codes that you're going to develop into your life over time that are going to become your... How did this success arrive? How did I get here? Okay? That's what I'm wanting you to develop, is a code, a commitment with yourself. And then lastly, what gets measured, gets done. So, have a system. If I want to lose 12 kilograms starting in January, and I get to December, and I haven't ever looked at my activities, and I go, this goal setting thing doesn't work, I've lost nothing. Verse, I need to lose 12 kilograms, 1 kilogram a month, 250 grams a week. I get to the end of the first week, I've lost 200 grams, I can take corrective action. I can plan, do, review, and improve. Take better action so that my goals are going to be progressive. Are my actions delivering the results that I want? If they are, keep doing them. If they're not, change them, improve them. How can you fail? Once you have these 3 systems in place, you have the time, you have the code, the commitment, the new habits and success habit set that you're busy developing, and you're measuring your progress on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annual basis, I am 100% sure that 12 months from when you start this process, you will be in a better place. You will be on the path to the success that you desire. And then I'm asking you to introduce 3 words into your life. I will, until. Every single person in this room is walking. Every single person in this room learned the incredible art of being able to actually lose their balance, fall forward, throw their leg forward, catch themselves and walk. Do you know how many neural pathways and how much brain capacity it takes to walk? It is an incredibly intricate skill. How many times did you fall down on your butt and get up? Did you get to the 50th time and go, Mom, this is too hard. I am not doing this again. I am done with walking. Or did we keep getting up as many times as it took until we learned the incredibly difficult art of walking? Every single one of us did what it took. So I know that sitting in this room are the most resilient, persistent beings on this planet. But society has coated our diamond in loads and loads of shit. We've coated our diamond in all sorts of nail varnish and stuff, and we are not authentic and we're not ourselves, and we're pretending to be something we're not, so that we are hiding our incredible potential that is inside of us. So much so that it is not coming out. I'm offering you 3 ways to unlock that. Who haven't I met before? Yes. Can I ask you? Oh no, that's the wrong guy. Hold on. We need one more. No, we need one. No. No, back. Oh, did I miss it? Oh, there. Okay. This stuff is magic. And what I'd like you to do is just show us just how magical this actually is. We've never met before, alright? Okay, perfect. So, this is not a setup, alright? I'm going to do some magic here now, and I want you to choose one of those 3. Any one of those 3 and tell me, and then I'm going to pull that out of my pocket. Choose any one. Just read it off the board, randomly. I'm not telepathetically. Meetings with your future. Okay, now, as you would say, okay, there's an 87% chance that she would have chosen meeting with your future because it's placed at the bottom of the screen, etc. Okay, so meeting with your future, you'd say to me, absolutely impossible. How could you do that? You are an absolute genius. But if she had have chosen code of personality, I would have pulled it out of this pocket, and had she chosen, I would have pulled it out of this pocket. Yes. Okay, so I'm not a magician, alright? But this stuff is magic. Forget about the magic trick and how pathetic and poor it was. Focus on those three things. And I want you to take them away with you today. I want you to try them. And I want you to bring those three words, I will until, into your life. There is no such thing as failure. You cannot fail if you're still trying. So as long as you're still trying, as long as you're still attempting, as long as you still, what have you got? I've got an unresolved challenge, I've got a roadblock, I've got something that's holding me away from where I want to go. I haven't failed. So expose your diamond. Bring that diamond out. Get rid of all the shit that's around your diamond. And polish that diamond, because in this room are the most incredible geniuses, are the most wonderful, amazing, unique individuals that are special in their own way. I want you to live that. Thank you very, very much.